Parents of young readers need to hear what I'm about to say. Really? Parents of any school-age child. Do you regularly have your child read out loud to you? Most of you are probably shaking your heads no. If that's you, here's the initiative. Starting this week, begin a weekly habit of having your child read age-appropriate text out loud to you. The kind of text they're already being asked to read at school, or that you're asking them to read for school if you homeschool. Why? Because you do not really know what your child's reading skills look like if you do not listen to them read out loud. And they may be masking a lot. Like a lot. Here are the kinds of things you'll learn when you have them read out loud to you. Their reading accuracy skills. How accurate are they actually when they read independently? Do they skip words, guess on words, substitute words, struggle to sound out unfamiliar words, change little grammatical words? Fun fact, to be considered an adequate reader, a child's independent reading accuracy has to be at least 95%. Reading fluency. Does your child not only read accurately, but with an appropriate rate or speed? In general, adequate fluency should be pretty close to a moderate talking speed by about the end of 3rd grade. Does their rate sound well-paced and fluent, or is it belabored and slow? Or is it way too fast? Fun fact number 2, both overly slow and overly fast reading speeds can have a very negative impact on reading comprehension. And speaking of reading comprehension, listening to your child read out loud also allows you to partially assess that. How well does your child remember and understand what they've independently read? You cannot fully judge a student's comprehension skills by just listening to them read out loud, but you can still get some good information. When children read, the way they read can give comprehension indications. For example, do they blow right past punctuation, or do they appropriately pause at commas, lower their inflection for periods, and raise their inflection for question marks? Intonation in general gives you a lot of information. Does their reading prosody reveal an understanding of what's being said in the text, like changing pitches for dialogue? Or do they read everything with kind of an even, flat tone? Another big comprehension indicator is whether or not they make adjustments in real time when they misread a word that does not make sense within the context. In other words, is your child self-monitoring and making corrections based on what they're comprehending as they read? Or do they misread a word that makes no grammatical sense in the sentence and have no idea? You can also always ask follow-up questions about what they read to get an even fuller picture of how well they understood the text. So here's your challenge. Have your child read out loud to you this week and assess their reading accuracy, fluency, and comprehension. Pro tip, be sure you're looking at the exact same text that they are reading to get an accurate count of all the words they read correctly. In general, you are looking for, is their reading at least 95% correct? Is their reading relatively fluent, i.e. close to a talking pace? And do they give good comprehension indicators as they read? If their reading skills are more of a struggle than you expected, we can help. Visit rootedinlanguage.com for next steps.